When the children or families come into this shelter, they come with, most times, 1 bag per person. They don't bring toys, they don't bring mementos from home, they come without shoes, they barely have any clothes. A lot of them have pets at home, they can't bring their pets, and they can't bring a lot of their toys or blankets maybe. They have no personal effects with them at all, and it's really heartbreaking.
I didn't bring my dogs, and I didn't bring my TV in, and I didn't bring my toys in. Yeah.
When I came to the shelter, I brought with me my teddy. I wish I could have brought my bike.
The hardest thing about seeing the kids come to the shelter, when they first come in, they're always very sad. And it takes them a couple weeks before they make friends, really, and then they are comfortable before they're really comfortable. But we try to get them enrolled in activities immediately, the drawbridge, or take them to riding school. They really are just like every other kid. They have the same hopes, dreams. They want to be like other kids. A lot of them they're embarrassed where they're at when they first come into the shelter, and they don't want their other friends to know they're living there. And I think they just want to be treated as regular, normal kids.
I grew up in a way that money really does make the world go round. And being homeless changed everything for me, my outlook, the way that people treat you. Things happen in life where we have to, our path changes, and sometimes we need to go a different direction where, sometimes you can't pay the rent. And now that I'm here, now that I experienced that, I realize we're all the same. My son was making an art project, and we were all creating houses of what the future house we'd like to live in. And Todd was putting a lot of feathers on his house, and I was asking him what the feathers were for, and he said he wanted our next house to fly. It meant something to him to be up in the heavens with his house, and because that would be a different thing to do. But he wasn't really concerned at the moment about where we were going to live, because he was quite happy. The art projects that he was making, the people that come in to help the children with the art projects, and the activities that the people do there with my son and the other children is so wonderful and engrossing. He's not really thinking about it yet. He's quite comfortable. My plans for the future are to just get a small apartment. Since I have leukemia, it would be a lot easier for us to live in a smaller home. So I didn't have much to do. I have chemotherapy coming up. It looks like I might be doing it in the shelter, which I've spoken to the staff there about, and they are so wonderful. They plan on helping me through it, and since it's like family for me, we'll be just fine. I can just see Carol holding my hand the whole time, and they're so concerned about me, but when we move out of there, it should be just fine. Well, I'd like to tell the people that are sponsoring or that, would consider even moving into Catholic Charities to not be afraid, to not worry about what the future might bring, because this is a wonderful place, and the people there will touch your heart and help you understand that it's okay to be homeless. So, not to worry.
It's important that my mom stays at home because she's part of our family, and that's the place that she's lived for the last 33 years, And that's the place where we all gather, and she's part of our family. And to have her anywhere else would be separating her from her family. My mom is all about her daughters and her home, and that's where she belongs. It was very important for my mother to have a home and to have a very welcoming home. And it was very important to her that nobody felt, that everybody felt they had a place to go. My mom has always just really wanted to make a place for people, and we've chosen to do the same for her. Caring for my mom is very difficult. As soon as a doctor says that, finds out she has dementia, he'll direct all the questions to me and treat her like a non-person. And what I love about Catholic Charities is they see in my mom what her family sees in her, that she's a beautiful, dignified, capable, loving person who is able to contribute to society, despite the fact that she has 2 chronic, progressive, disabling diseases. And society has, to a large measure, written her off, but Catholic Charities treats her with the dignity and respect she deserves. The respite program has made possible my mom continuing to live in her home. It would be absolutely impossible to do the kind of caring for her 24/7 all the time with no break. And the hours that she goes to respite are a time that we can regroup and refocus, and that gives us, the momentum we need to finish out the day. It would not be possible to have her at home without that help. Every day that I have picked her up, she has never had a bad day in 7 years. She'll tell me how she's danced with handsome men, how she has heard some great music. She's talked to the different staff. She's just full of life and lots of energy when I pick her up. And every single time I said, "How was your day, Mom?" she says, "I had a great day."
When they move on from the shelter, what I really most wish for them is that they'll have a productive and happy life. Grow up, have children of their own, see their grandchildren, what most of us want to do with our lives, just have a happy outlook.
Now we live in a house. We have a big place so we could play outside and do a lot of stuff outside. I like to play cooking and drawing. Sometimes I help my mom cook, and then my dad showed me how to draw. I hope my next home is where my brother lives so I could see him. When my mom is old, I would like to help her.
When my family finds a new home, it'd be nice, and I had a backyard to play in, and I had a big room to put all my stuff in. I hope it would be big and nice and had carpet, and big so I could have a lot of friends there. It means a stable house with food and family.
The best thing about the house now is that we have our own place now, and so it's just good to know we're on our own and we finally got everything together. I have my own desk I do my homework at. Home to me is actually really good. It's just, home to me is a really good place for you. And it's just good to know that you have a home. And when you go home, there's people that will love you there. It makes me feel good just to know my mom's doing better now, and everything's gonna be okay.